Hey guys, what's up? It's GVKcollectibles, and today I'm going to be taking a look at probably one of my favorite Godzilla designs or forms that he takes throughout the movies, and that is Burning Godzilla. Hey guys, as I said, today we're going to be taking a look at the SH Monsterarts Burning Godzilla from Godzilla King of the Monsters, which was a very, very good surprise for me, at least. Burning Godzilla is probably from the 90s. The Heisei design specifically is probably one of my favorite Godzilla designs. It's actually a design that I didn't like initially as a kid, but then when I grew a little older, I ended up really loving the design. I loved how unique it was. I loved how it was so different from every other Godzilla design. Like, well, not so much unique as just Burning Godzilla with the Heisei design, but it's a cool design and a cool looking design, and I was very happy when I saw King of the Monsters in theaters 2019. God, that's like it's gonna be nearly 2 years, I think. 2 years or something like that. I could be wrong, but it was super cool to see this guy in the movie. It was super, super cool. I was very excited to see him, and they had they had multiple versions of this. So this is the SH Monsterart one, as I clearly said. I already had the what was it? The Target exclusive Burning Godzilla, which I was very, very happy with that. But then this came along. I got this guy actually way back during the holidays, and because it was relatively cheap, this was normally like a $95 figure. I ended up getting it for like $60, which is a really, really good deal, I think. And you'll note this is very much different. Like if you guys saw the review for going back, one of my first few reviews of the SH Monsterart Godzilla from King of the Monsters, the boxes, usually boxes will have a window. So initially this is a web exclusive in Japan primarily, but that's the thing with, but like luckily with Bluefin and Tamashii Nations, Bluefin, there's no such thing as an exclusive. Like web exclusive, you can get these pretty much in any store. The Box Lunch was selling them. FYE actually was selling them too, which is crazy to me to think that they would sell SH Monsterart figures, but they always come in this like really, really big, impressive packaging with the clamshell and the type of plastic in the middle. You also get the Monsterverse logo to signify that this is an official Monsterverse product. I'm actually very excited. I think I'm going to continue mainly to continue the hype for King of the Monster of Godzilla vs. Kong. I actually do have at Mythical Mountain. I did pre-order Kong and Godzilla himself. So, which I actually will say I like that new the new Godzilla vs. Kong Godzilla a little better. I like the glow on the dorsal fins because I feel like that one. Because I really actually wanted to get that one, the one that was all charged up, but like that one's a good one too. New hand sculpts and everything. Hopefully it has a little bit better articulation comparative to the 2019. This one actually has. We'll get into the articulation for this guy because it seems a little better on this guy. But you get Burning Godzilla SH Monster. Then you get it back with all the production shots and everything with. Everything in Japanese too, like all the poses and everything. Then on the side you get Godzilla, Burning Godzilla on the top. At the bottom, pretty much the same thing going here, there. Burning Godzilla 2019. As I said, Bluefin, they distribute these figures in the US, so you can get your hands on this guy pretty easy. So with that out of the way, let's crack Burning Godzilla out of the packaging. Here we have Godzilla, Burning Godzilla out of the packaging, and man, what do I gotta say? I really love this particular design for Godzilla. Like, it is very much the same mold as the 2019 SH Monsterart one that we saw recently. Pretty much all the 2019 ones have this exact same mold, but this one has a kind of newer plastic, translucent. It's relatively translucent, which makes it look really, really good, and it's like with the ring light, it makes it really, really shine. It makes it look really, really cool. I really love this figure. I was actually debating not to get this figure because I was pretty satisfied with the NECA version of the figure, but ultimately after seeing the price on bluefin.com, I ultimately decided to get this guy, and I think it's really like a really, really cool representation. I'm actually really glad to have both versions, the NECA version and this guy. We'll actually get into comparisons pretty soon. But man, it is a really, really cool figure. Once again, this figure doesn't really come with too many accessories, which is like which is fine. Like, these particular Godzillas don't, like, I think it would be very hard to do an accessory kit for this particular guy, just because the only one you could do is really the Atomic Blast with the Mothra wings, which would have been cool, and they actually kind of did something like that. They actually had a statue, I can't remember, I think it was Bandai Spirits, I could be completely wrong, but actually Matt Frank did some concept art for it, and it looks absolutely phenomenal. It's expensive, but it's a phenomenal statue, but really, really cool. I figure I could probably actually do this Trinity in one shot, just because it is a figure that we've had before. So, mainly with the Godzilla the details you have on the Godzilla, you get a lot of cool, like, browns, and, like, you get, like, a lot of oranges. There's a big majority of orange around this figure, but it is really mixed in with some reds, some dark red, some like dark right black here, and it looks really, really phenomenal, really, really pretty, a really good looking figure. I really love this particular design for Godzilla. I think it's very, very cool. The 2019 design is really, really great. There's a few things that I think this figure is actually better than the 2019 figure that I have right now, although that could just very well be just difference in the figure quality and stuff. So with that out of the way, let's actually get into some more closer details of the figure. Alright, and here we have a close-up of Godzilla himself. This is of the Burning Godzilla, and it looks really, really good, really well detailed, I think, with this particular figure. Like, I really love, I think, as I said in the intro for the video, like, Burning Godzilla is definitely one of my favorite designs as a kid, and, well, definitely one of my favorite Godzilla designs in general, which is really, really great. As I said, you get a lot of cool detail, because it isn't just one solid orange color. I think that's, like, with both of the both the NECA and the SH Monsterart figure do really, really well, is that Burning Godzilla is very unique in the film, as opposed to the Heisei design, where he only has, like, a few patches here and there of, like, burning. His whole body's essentially on fire, which looks really, really cool. And you would think it's kind of, like, hard to do. I've seen people do, like, actual proper customs, but I actually love both versions, this guy and the NECA version, just because they have unique, mainly just because it is kind of hard to do, like, a glow, I feel like, on a figure, especially, like, when that whole glow is like, the character itself, like, for Godzilla, for example. But it is really, really cool. As I said, there's a lot of mixture of, like, blacks and, like, yellows and dark kind of reds throughout the whole figure, which makes it, like, a really, really unique kind of palette to it. And you can also see, like, which I enjoy that they did this throughout the whole figure. There's kind of like black paint, not black paint, like, it looks like a relatively dark, like a dark red or a dark black surrounded throughout the whole figure to make it look like there's actually Godzilla's under there, like his main form is pretty much under there, which is really, really cool. The feet are really, 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 really great. I love the design feet that they went with for King of the Monsters, because I know there was a lot of people who complained about the feet in 2014. I wasn't one of them. I was actually okay with them, just because it's like, once you see the foot stomp down in the airport scene, that kind of shut up about the feet for a bit. But I do really like how they went with a more kind of traditional Godzilla, like, kind of feet, which looks really, really cool. Like, this whole design is very much like a tribute to the past, especially the dorsal fins, very much similar to the 1954 ones. Dorsal fins luckily haven't changed on the newer Godzilla, the 2021 Godzilla for Godzilla vs. Kong, but that could change. I'm planning to definitely do a review on both Kong and Godzilla themselves. I think it'll be a dual roll, just because, but yeah, it's really, really cool. Head details really great. SH Monsterart always, like, I really love the look of the SH, like, I love the look of the head on the 2019 design for the character, as opposed to the 2014, where I liked the 2014 design. It just, I felt like it was very much too stylized for this particular Godzilla figure, but you get some really good detail in the legs right there, and even in the tail. Like, look at the tail, is really, really good. And it's weird, because I feel like this tail right here, the articulation, is a heck of a lot better on this than the regular 2019 Godzilla figure. That could just very much well be my 2019 figure, which I'm okay with. But yeah, it's a really, really good looking figure. I really, really happy about this figure. A very, very good purchase, I think, on my end. I really love, although I pretty much take anything Burning Godzilla I can get. So, we'll do a quick cut. Let's actually, so let's jump into articulation real quick just to see his articulation, then we'll get into comparisons to the NECA figure. And as I said, Godzilla's articulation is pretty good. It's exactly the same as the 2019 regular version, so whether or not you get this version, the clear blue version, the one that was a special edition on the DVD, pretty much the articulation is going to be the same for all these guys. So you can look up all the way up, which is really, really good. This is the thing that I really loved about this particular SH Monsterart, this mold in particular, of how far he was able to look up, because that was a big selling point comparative to the NECA figure, where it couldn't necessarily do that. But like, once again, I still really like that figure. But like, you get multiple joints throughout here. It's kind of hard for me to do an SH Monsterart figure because the whole thing is technically a joint and articulation. So you get like articulation like within the neck. You're able to look up. Yeah, he's able to look up really close, and he can look down a little bit, like with the ab crunch. He can down. He's got a bit of like an ab crunch right here. It can swivel back and forth. Can't really articulate it, but like you could. It very much helps to get him in like the kind of that kind of pose right there. His arms don't really rotate, like they move out that far. Not really swivel. They have a single jointed elbow. Swivel on the wrist. And the articulation like right here, where you can go right down. Leg has kind of like a butterfly for both of them, so you can get like really wide poses for both the figure. Can move his leg that much. He has a bit of a knee bend, but like you can get him in a pretty good knee bend, I think, like that, which is really, really good. The tail articulation, let's see, there's quite a bit. So there's like, that's move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So 20 points of movable articulation on the tail, which like just judging from it, it looks like it has a better range of motion than the 2019, the regular in 2019. I don't know why. Maybe it's just because of as I said, probably my version of 2019. So yeah, that's the articulation for this guy. Pretty good for the 2019 Godzilla. You can get him in a lot of dynamic poses too. So, which is always a good thing with your SH Monsterart Godzilla figures. So we'll be real, well, not back, but next we'll compare it to the NECA figure itself. Kind of compare these two, compare them to the NECA figure, see which one I prefer, which one I like. And as you see, here we have the SH Monsterart, we have the SH Monsterart, and we have the NECA version. So going with side profile real quick of both these figures. So as you can kind of tell, the NECA figure has a lot more red to it, but it also has that kind of like black paint smeared throughout to make it look like, hey, Godzilla's under here, which was in the film, like how the burning was portrayed, of where the energy was kind of crackling between his like veins and everything, which is a really, really cool thing that they did, like especially with even now with Godzilla vs. Kong. Whenever he lights his atomic breath, you see the like energy, like you actually see the like blue coming out from his like neck to his like mouth, and also his eyes are glowing too, which is really, really cool and really fun. Kind of like a fun little thing to I think the 1998 Godzilla series, the animated series, which I really love. But as you notice, there's a lot more orange on this guy, I think. A lot more orange and reds comparative to this guy. This one is very much more like a red kind of figure, which I'm okay with. Like, I really love the look and unique design of this particular figure, and also for the price point of where you were getting this figure. Unfortunately, I don't think... It's pretty hard to come by these figures if you are lucky, because, once again, NECA's not making the Godzilla figures anymore, so this is kind of like a harder figure to find. This is actually the second one that I bought, because this guy actually has a lot better articulation in comparison to the the first one that I got. But you also notice with the dorsal fins, like dorsal fins are pretty much nearly identical. This is a kind of different paint style right here. It's still that orange kind of style of paint. And then you got this where it's like very much orange and they're a lot more thick. The dorsal fins on this one are a lot more thicker in comparison to this guy where they're a lot thinner. But that's okay because I think it's just like kind of the plastic that they use. But yeah, so which one do I prefer? I actually really love both these. I loved this guy for the longest time. I really love the Burning Godzilla design, but I'm really glad to have this guy. I really love having multiple versions of Burning Godzilla because we'll soon find out that I love this, and as I said before, I really love this design. So which one do I prefer? Ultimately, for me, I really love the NECA version just because like I love the red, I love how unique, but it is cool, but I do love this SH Monster art, just because it is something different compared to this guy. I'm really glad they're like, oh, let's do different, like, paint and everything. It isn't, like, necessarily comparing the regular 2019 to the NECA 2019. They both have very unique different paint apps, and they're really well done figures, I think. And they have, like, really, really beautiful, well done translucent plastic, so if, like, once again, if you want to like shine a light through these, they look absolutely phenomenal, I think. Like, once again, I'm really glad to actually have both these figures, because I'm really, like, for the like, in terms of, like, detailing and everything, like, you see this guy, like, both of them have really, really good amount of detail, like, on the scars and everything looks absolutely phenomenal. But depending on where you get this guy, the price point is this one's going to be better, because I've been seeing this guy retail for $50. Which is a little ridiculous in my opinion, but once again, NECA figures, and this guy has a little bit of a higher price, although if you were lucky enough to get this guy during Christmas when they were running the sale, he was only $60, and this one is actually, strangely enough, I think it's like wider available, like it's more available to more people, so if you want to get, like, you can go to FYE or like a box lunch and get this guy, as opposed to this guy where you had to get Target, and usually they could depend. I've actually seen this guy at a Walmart, strangely enough, so you could also find him there too if you're lucky. So with that out of the way, let's get into some size comparisons to see what this boy scales with. Here he is compared to some other kaiju figures that I decided to pull out. So here we have next to the SH Figure Arts Ultraman, the original 1966 version. We have the Bandai King Ghidorah from the movie Monster series from King of the Monsters as well. And we also have the Playmates Kong from Kong Skull Island. So he is about regular size for what you would expect for a SH Monster Art Godzilla. We'll get into some more comparisons with some actual SH Monster Art figures. But as you can tell, like the SH Figure Arts, and there's a big size difference between these two, which is just fine. Like, it's actually pretty cool to see these two next to each other. And I mainly put Ghidorah here just because it's the main enemy he fought, and also it's the only Ghidorah figure I have. I didn't buy the expensive-ass SH Monster Art one, mainly because I didn't have a lot of money at the time, but also, like, I've heard notorious things about that figure, saying it's not necessarily a good figure, so I am relatively glad I did get this guy. I wish they did make a 10-inch version of this guy, like that big 10-inch Godzilla that I reviewed a few weeks ago. Jesus, about a month ago probably at this point. Mainly just because it is I feel like an overall would size up relatively well with this guy. Of course, one last fun little comparison. Here he is compared to some other Burning Godzillas that I have from the Heisei series. So I got the Bandai 6.5-inch Godzilla from Bandai America. I have the NECA Godzilla. I have the little, like, this little guy right here. I got the Funko Pop. I got the Burning Godzilla in '95, the NECA, the little Destruction Pack, and the little SD Banpresto guy. So as you can tell, I really, really love Burning Godzilla. I love the design so much. Both these designs, I really love the Burning from 2019, and I love the 95 design. It was so super cool in the theater to see Burning Godzilla get on the big screen, just like when you think, oh, Mothra, Rodan, and King Ghidorah are going to be on the big screen, which is awesome. You get to see Burning Godzilla, which is, like, super, super cool, and I am super happy that it was included in an American film. It's so cool seeing Burning Godzilla on a big screen. It was super fun, so I really love as I said, I really love this particular design for Godzilla, and it's like probably one of my favorite designs of the character. Overall thoughts on the Burning Godzilla from SH Monster Art. I really love it. I think it's a really cool design. I'm actually really happy I ended up getting this figure, mainly because it is just very unique and very different comparative to the NECA version of the figure, which I like. I love how there's both two different kind of like styles of how you want to interpret it. The Godzilla design, the articulation on this guy is really, really great. SH Monster Art is always good on delivering like really, really articulated, detailed, articulated figures. In comparison to the NECA, where the NECA one has very limited articulation, but still, it's not like bad articulation. It's really good for like a NECA figure. It's like NECA figure articulation is always great. So, but if you can find this guy at a cheap price, like I did, luckily on a Christmas sale on Bluefin, definitely pick this guy up if you love Burning Godzilla. If you love the design, like I do, like if you're just a fanatic about the design, I really love this version of Godzilla. It's really cool, really badass, and yeah, I think that's it. So those are all the words I can describe this Godzilla figure. It's really, really cool, really well done. I think I like it a lot better than the regular 2019 version. Although, that, once again, as I continuously say in the whole video, mine just may have that problem. Like, it's not all of them. So, but I've had nothing but good things with this guy. I really love this figure. So, if you guys like the video, make sure to hit subscribe and hit the little bell notifications so you get notified when we upload videos like figure reviews, Mythical Mountain Mondays, What's in the Box Wednesday, and just like fun sporadic videos that we usually do sometimes. I really loved doing my Bloody Valentine video, and I really loved doing the Godzilla Kong speculation trailer. So ultimately I gotta see what I'm gonna do for my next video. I don't know what I'm gonna do, but also make sure to hit like. We really appreciate it. We love we just love doing this. We have a fun time doing like the things that we're doing on this YouTube channel. Also check us out on our respective Instagram pages. I'm at GVKcollectibles, of course, and you can also check out my brother at Jack's Pop Guy. Also check out our respected Mercari shops. Check out our Mercari shops too. That's what I'm basically trying to say. Yeah. With that being said, I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. Hopefully it is uneventful and you have a great time. So with that being said, peace.